Hello and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Marta and I will today be repanning all of my Makeup Geek Power Pigments because they are in a square pan and I want to be able to use them in my custom palette, so I want to put them in these pans, 26mm round pans, and I already did a video on how I do my repanning. There was a couple of things that I forgot to mention. Basically just that I was doing my mattes in that video, but I do my shimmers the same way. The only reason that I don't use alcohol on my mattes, but I can use alcohol on my shimmers, is because my mattes usually get really hard and really hard to work with. Like, they get a hard pan on top and they start cracking and they don't adhere very well to the pan that you move them to if you use alcohol. That does not happen with shimmers in my experience, so you can use alcohol if you find that easier, but shimmers can also be pressed dry like I do here. So basically I'm just going to explain you quite easily what I do. I'm just going to start with my power pigments. I do have a couple of Sugarpill shadows. I can just take them out. I just store them in this one. I also have a highlighter from Looxi that I use as an eyeshadow, so I guess I can repan that as well. But I have Love Plus and this one, which is called something about money maker. So I'm going to repan those as well. These ones I won't even bother with because I don't really use them. But what I do is basically just I scrape out all of the product, I put it on the paper here, and then I chop it up as fine as I can. Then I start putting it into the pan, and of course I'm going to clean the pan, so I'm going to spray some cleanser. This is what I use for my nails when I disinfect my nails before doing them. So I'm just going to let that sit in there, and yeah, I just start putting it in the pan, then I pat it down and I really focus on the edges because I don't want any pan showing when I'm starting to press. And then I just use a tamper tool that I have to press the shadow. And the tamper tool looks like this. It's actually made for coffee, but it's the exact size to get into the pan. So that's why I'm using this, but you can also use a coin or anything else of this size and then just press down. But I recommend you to have something like in this shape that you can press down with, so that the pressure you put on the eyeshadow is quite even. So that's why you need a coin and then something to push down with from the middle so that you distribute the pressure. But I'm just going to speed through all of this. I usually cut a lot of the chopping, and yeah, honestly quite a lot, just because it takes quite a lot of time to do this. So it's going to be a super long video if I don't, but I'm going to show you probably all of the different shades that I'm pressing here. So yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and start and put on some music. And I forgot to mention that this is just a spatula, but you can use anything else of this this kind of shape. You can use like a fork, a spoon, anything. It's basically just to scrape out the shadow, and you can do that with a tweezer as well. So you don't really have to buy anything else to press like this. And if you haven't seen anything that I've posted about this, it does look really savage because you're basically ruining the eyeshadow. But it's really pleasing when you press it in the end, because then it's going to look almost as new. Also, I usually just chop it up, like the bigger chunks to begin with the spatula, and then I go in with either like my old bank card or just something like this. This is just from Without Cosmetics, the little slip that the glitters I bought came in, and then I just use it to chop up because it has a bigger, what do you call, surface? It's not really a surface. You get what I mean. so that's basically it. As you could see, I did just put the shimmer straight into the pan because they're so creamy, so I don't feel like you have to chop them up because they're just going to blend together anyway. But all of the mattes really ended up turning really good, I feel like, because some of them don't really swatch that well from before, so I think maybe pressing them can even be good because you make them a little bit looser in the pan. These ones look a little bit shabby just because I washed my hands a couple times, because as you can see, it's super messy. So yeah, I'm really happy to have them like this, and as you can see, these are like, they look so good. At least in my opinion. Wait, I will turn down the lighting. Like, to me these look basically like new, and it's so satisfying to see this instead of having them in the square pans, because all of them swatched really nicely as well. So this one has a little bit of a pattern because of the toilet paper I used. I know I shouldn't be using toilet paper for this, but anyway, I'm really happy to finally have my Makeup Geek Power Pigments like this, and as well as my 2 Sugarpill shadows, and of course also this highlighter from Looxi, because I think it's a great eyeshadow. As you can see, it's super pigmented and shifty. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video and that it was helpful for you. If you're wondering about anything, just leave a comment down in the comment section. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and subscribe to my channel if you want to see more content from me. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!